So I'm going to turn on my other camera as well because we got a good video happening here. Whoops. You know, your running shoes slide on the floor. It's kind of like basketball. So I'm going to do a cool video here. Jonni Shreve. I wasn't even going to make a comment on this video about, you know, the Greg Doucette. What is it? Greg Doucette. Jesus Christ. This is why we're taping this crap, guys. Because I don't want to say this guy's name wrong, because I keep, you know, you think I'll be like Greg Doucette. You know, Greg Doucette says, yeah, I always mess up names, and he forgets their name, and he says it wrong, and all this stuff. I don't want to be that guy, but I probably will be that guy. Anyway, so it's, Jonni Shreve gives his take on the Greg Doucette Hussein Farad's tape about him being a 1 in a million natural athlete and all that kind of stuff, and people saying Hussein's not natural and all this stuff. I wanted to say something about it, but I wasn't going to jump in on about it because I didn't want to say the wrong thing and all this kind of stuff, right? But Jonni Shreve just came on here, and he's a friend of Greg Doucette's, and he nailed it exactly what I was thinking. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a reaction to what Jonni Shreve said. So let's get into this. I'm going to leave you right there just for a second, guys, while I do my intro to my other camera. All right, guys, what we're going to do today. I got it all geared up. I got it all set up here. I got Jonni Shreve's reaction video to Greg Doucette and Hussein Farad. Whether or not Hussein's natural. Whether or not Hussein has 1 in a million genetics, like Greg Doucette says. So we're going to jump into this video. It's going to be fun. I'm going to show you it as I do a live reaction, because I'm on my YouTube live over here. And I'm going to do a reaction video, and I'm going to record myself doing the reaction video. Then I'm going to edit it and all that because I put a pretty video out. But if you want to watch me live, I'm on here right now. So we're going to get into this right now. I'm probably going to have to wear my glasses at times just to see what the hell's going on. But as I talk, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with Jonni Shreve here. So here we go. I'm going to hit play. I should start from the beginning. Here he goes.
Then Hussein, you're a piece of shit. Simple. If you're not willing to sit through this entire video, turn the video off right now. Don't
oh, there it is.
I'll know by your comments if you actually watch this entire video. Don't ask for my opinion if you can't sit through my reasonings of what I think about Hussein's natural status.
I'm going to tell you right now, Jonni Shreve nails it.
What is up, it's boy Jonni Shreve. I am BB Pro to tell like it is. Finally, I've been waiting to do this video.
I've been watching Jonni Shreve and Greg Doucette for a while, and Jonni Shreve nails it here, guys. I got my live here. I'm recording this, so Jonni Shreve nails this. So we're going to go through it. I don't got a lot of time to do this because I got to leave to pick up Riley, but let's see if I can get through this.
For a long-ass time. Because we mean, this has been on, I've been waiting to make my point in a video where people would actually listen, and it just so happens to be this entire situation. Part 1. What do I think about Hussein's status? I think that he is natural. Oh my God, John, you're grifting. Is it because you and Greg are friends again? Is that why you're saying it? Are you protecting Greg? No, I do not think this.
That's what I was thinking until I actually watched the video. Because you know when someone's a good friend of yours, especially when they had a falling out. Because Greg Doucette and Jonni Shreve had a falling out a while ago. I'm sure he doesn't want to fuck that up again. But Johnny is telling the truth here. And he's also, in telling the truth, he kind of clarifies to the rest of us what we were all thinking and what I think of the Hussein Farad. But anyways, when you see more of what Johnny has to say here, you're going to agree with me. It's pretty solid information.
He has 1 in a million genetics whatsoever. Now I'm talking about like what he looks like. 1 in a million genetics, this is not it. This is 100% attainable for anyone who has decent genetics. This is a recognizable.
You're supporting creators like no.
Bear with me, guys. I got ads on, so I actually got to play it through before I can skip it.
I think it just solidified that TikTok can't.
And we're back.
Physique. That's a good physique. You know what impressive is? Impressive is Sam Sulek's natural physique. That's impressive. My physique natural is impressive. Sorry, Hussein Farad is not it. There's a reason why you guys think it is, and it's the exact same reason I told Greg. So Greg, don't take any offense to this. Let me be real with you. Here's the point I've been trying to make forever. Forever. You'll understand what I'm actually saying and why I don't do natty or nots. Get me real with you, right? These are facts. Number 1, I said to Greg.
Speaking of natty or nots, guys, as you know, I'm doing natty 2 knots. Okay, so check that out right now. If you haven't checked it out, I got the natty 2 knot with Kai Green. Okay, it's an amazing natty 2 knot, and the most amazing thing just happened on Instagram. Kai Green agreed to be the collaborator on the post. My post went from being seen by about 2,000 people to being seen by over 60,000 people within hours. Because Kai Green has an Instagram account of 7.6 million people. And he shared the video I did on him about natty 2 knot. You can find it on YouTube. Go look for it. It's easy to find. It's on YouTube. And he shared it on his profile. So right now, I don't know if it is right now, but right now it's his first post on his profile page when you go there. And his profile's huge. So the amount of people I'm getting not subscribing, but checking out the video, liking the video, all that stuff is outrageous. So again, thank you, Kai Green. It's an awesome video. It's natty 2 knot. Basically talk about him going from a top WNBF pro bodybuilder to an IFBB legend. Okay, let's get back into the video here.
This is your fault. And he's like, I know. Why is it his fault? Number one, the natty or not culture. We can 100% agree that Greg Doucette is the one who made the natty or not culture what it is today. We can say that.
I agree.
Guys who started like the Jason Blahas, I don't know, Kenny KO, but back in the day he was like one of the guys. But I'm talking the one who made this thing.
I agree 100%. Greg Doucette is for sure the one who made natty or not hugely famous, hugely popular, catapulted his career without a doubt. Let's get back into the video.
What it is today, we can say Greg Doucette is the guy. Here's how it goes, guys. Greg Doucette is a good athlete. Greg Doucette has great genetics. I know Greg Doucette personally, and he is one of the best athletes that I've met. He do a lot of everything. Greg Doucette is from Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. This is Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. Yarmouth, Nova Scotia today, the actual, not the surrounding little areas or towns, is 7,848 people as of 2021. It was a lot less.
Just bear with him here. Bear with him. He's going somewhere with this because he's just basically trying to explain this 1 in a million thing, saying he's not 1 in a million. This is how he's explaining it. And it's making perfect sense now because basically he's basically just going to get into the point of, yeah, some of us come from small cities, like maybe 50,000 people or whatever. One of those people in there could look like Hussein Farhad naturally. Basically what he's trying to say. Let's go.
Than that. When Greg graduated, Greg is 40, almost 50 years old. Put it this way, where are you going with it, Johnny? Easy.
Exactly.
You live in a small place. You live in an entire city or town or village of 7,800 people now, less than. How many genetically gifted athletes would you grow up around? Probably not many. How many of me do you think he grew up around? None. Maybe one. Maybe one. My confirmation bias when it comes to judging if people are natural or not in terms of like what's achievable is because for me I was a normal. For my athletic ability, the muscle I had in high school, I wasn't the only one. There was a lot of me. Greg Doucette goes from that little area and then goes to university at Acadia University in Wolfville, Nova Scotia. Do you know how big Wolfville, Nova Scotia is? 5,000 in Wolfville, Nova Scotia. Do you understand? He grew up in a place.
So he was with 5,000.
Really small. Fast forward to the current day, where we already agree that Greg is the guy to say if someone's natural or not. Now, don't get me wrong. Greg 100% can see the difference of natural or not when it comes to the obvious things. When you see somebody that's like Michael Hearn, that's obviously not natural. Greg said this kid has 1 in a million genetics.
These commercials are driving me bananas, guys.
You'll be the first human I will kill. Let's do this.
Doesn't. I refuse to put Hussein Farah in the same class as someone like myself, or any other kids that I grew up around that had just as good genetics as I did, or better. But here's the problem. When it comes to it, Greg's assessment of what's natural or not is fully exacerbated by his persona and the amount of people and followers that he has, and how much little you know about how much Greg actually has in terms of a history being around genetically gifted 1 in a million athletes. How can I successfully say someone has 1 in a million genetics when I never grew up around 1 in a million genetics? Hussein Farhad isn't that impressive. If Hussein Farhad is on steroids, then Hussein, you're a piece of shit. Simple. He doesn't have this overinflated, crazy physique that Greg has made everyone think that he has. So let's just move on for a second to Farhad. The second reason why this is all bad. No one gives a shit who this kid is if it wasn't for Greg putting him on. Now, I saw Hussein commented on my post. I wanted to read it and he deleted it. I only got one part and I had to screenshot it since it stays on, but I went to go look for it. I couldn't find it anymore because he took it off. It's funny how everyone is talking without knowing all the facts. I had 1.7 million on IG before Greg even, and then I could read after that. There's a big difference between YouTube and Instagram. There's a massive difference. You don't have to, we can talk about it later, but no one cares about this guy's status if it wasn't for Greg. On this part of Farhad.
Good point.
Number one, guys, from a coaching standpoint and from having friends that are Middle Eastern, they have genetic gifts to have big chests. I don't know, one, maybe just my confirmation bias, but I can promise you, please, anyone can just comment in the comment section.
I sort of agree with this, okay? Because I was in university, in the first year university, in the dorms or whatever. We had a Middle Eastern guy on the floor. He was natural, guys. We had a Middle Eastern guy on the floor. He was natural, guys. Not only did he have a big chest, he had these big round delts, and it was kind of freaky. He wasn't even a very big guy, just big. But I'm not going to stereotype all races and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, he was on my floor. We were in first year university, so we're like 19 or 20, 19 years old, probably. All of us were like 19, 18, 19, 20, anywhere in that area. The guy's delts were huge, his chest was huge, and he was natural, guys. And then my buddy, his brother-in-law is Eastern, Middle Eastern, whatever, or Indian, or whatever. I don't know all the proper terminology, but he's built like a fucking shit brick house too. A brick shit house. A brick shit house. Looks amazing. And he's got the big delts, the big chest, all that stuff, all genetically, man. So genetics plays a big thing. Hussein Farhad could just be a genetic, like, just gifted for that muscle groups. And I've also never seen Farhad in person, so I can't really give too much of a say on it. But anyways, that's that. Okay, let's get back into the video.
How many people from the Middle East do you know that work out and have massive chests? Almost all of them do. I don't care.
They all do, but shit.
Look at Farhad in this picture here I'm showing you on the left. You can see the kid has a pretty good physique. This is actually 19 years old. This isn't 17. There's a big misunderstanding when it comes to his actual status. Like in terms of like his actual weight when he started. He was only 139 some pounds. He wasn't 120. 3 years, you can put on 40 pounds. Anybody that is a newbie, it has potential to put on a ton of muscle, pending you're doing it right, and pending you have pretty good genetics.
True.
And if you have pretty good genetics, you can put on weight and muscle, too. I don't believe he's completely honest when it comes to his actual weight. That's another thing. I don't believe this kid at all when it comes to him giving you the actual right information when it comes to how big he actually is. Why? Every picture you see, he's doing the classic this. Look at this. When I used to take pictures, I used to do this. Every picture. I push the arm like this and take a picture. I'm looking over here because I can see myself.
Don't buy a new car. Buy a used rental car instead. Hey. I know it's...
Bear with the commercials, guys.
Crazy, but let me...
Right?
But he is absolutely right, guys. That angling thing is a real thing. Because even you look at stuff like Wes Watson, he'll stand at his videos and always has one arm up, or it's this arm. He has one arm up to the camera, and he's talking. And the angle's perfectly. It makes a big difference. So anytime you see like Farhad, obviously he's trying to promote what an amazing transformation. So he's going to put out ridiculous photos of after and just photos before that make him not look good. He's going to exaggerate the weights, all that stuff, just like Jonny's saying. I believe the transformation's over-exaggerated. That's what's making it seem like there's no way he did this naturally. Okay, that's where all the fucking hype is, but we all love drama. So that's where all the drama's coming from. it's not his transformation, how he's telling it, he's not being realistic, guys. See what I mean? Out angle? Like I could look at my arm looks way bigger than it is. And if I put it back here, if I turn sideways, I look small. Put it like this. Oh my gosh, Shaun, you're looking bigger. That's true. Anyways, the transformation is blown out of proportion. It's not as crazy as he's making it sound. Because if you want to promote and get a lot of buzz on the internet, you got to lie about shit or exaggerate. You know what I mean? You're not necessarily lying. You could be like, say if I lost 50 pounds and like, oh my God, look at the difference. He looks fantastic. And I say I did it in fucking 5 years. Okay, that's not so good. Oh, I lost 70 pounds and I did it in 2 years. Like, holy shit, Shaun, what an amazing transformation. You know what I mean? You got to exaggerate or put on muscle. I put on 6 pounds. I put on 15 pounds of muscle in a year. That sounds way better because you can exaggerate shit. All you do is the before weight. I was only 130, meanwhile you're 135. Then you're a final weight. You say, I'm 160, meanwhile you're 155. You just exaggerate shit. It's all promotion, guys. Everyone does it. Let's get back into the video. Jonni Shreve nailed exactly what I'm thinking. Because I always thought it's not really that Hussein Farhad looks crazy. It's the numbers that we think. We think he put on this amount of muscle. We think it was in this short period of frame. We think that's the before to the after. It's all exaggerated, but it just to make it marketable, and it's working. It's getting everyone's attention. Let's go.
That looks massive compared to this. So if I put a comparison picture of my smaller self, who actually does look pretty good for a kid in high school, that to little girls in high school, like, oh man, you look so good, Farhad. Ooh, you so good. Look at his
Oh
ass.
my gosh.
But if you look at the picture beside him, he's exacerbating everything.
Johnny, you can tell you've been acting because Johnny's also an actor. Okay, you can tell he's been doing it because that was actually pretty good. That was funny about the kids, about the young girls. Ooh, Farhad, you look good. That was funny. That was good.
So the reason why I don't think he's honest about his actual weight is because everybody, for some bullshit reason, lies about the weight in bodybuilding. They
True. Facts.
They think that if I say my weight's so much better, the greater than it is, it's got some kind of, I don't understand it. Everybody does. You can literally, I've been there. I've seen people like post their weight and they got like Air Force Ones on, jogging pants and shit. And they're already impressively massive, but they need those extra 5 to 10 pounds of clothes on them to say that they're on 300. It's like, dude, it's okay to say you're 290. Who cares? Every picture I see this kid put out, he doctors it. Here you go again, in good lighting. His camera's down like this, right? To make everything look bigger. Everything. This, to me, is a good physique. This is not 1 in a million genetics. This is achievable. I coach people like this. Here, let me show you an athlete of mine that is natural. Am I allowed to put you on blast on
I like how he's calling the guy. I like how he's calling the guy right now. That's really cool. Because it just gives you like, Johnny knows what he's doing, man. He's marketing himself very well here. The calling on here and including us in on the phone call. Cool stuff. Real cool stuff. And he also said he doesn't like to call out people for being natty or not and all that stuff. So he's not calling out even his own clients. Like, hey, is this cool? And he puts it on video. I love it. Let's get back into it.
on the video? All right, perfect. All right, cool. All right, Skylar just told me. I'm like, how much weight did you gain the first year? He's like 20 pounds. How much after that? He's like 8-ish. I'm like, how much?
That's impressive.
Like 3 to 5. Look at that. So like what? In like 3 years, around like what? 30 pounds? Yes.
Damn.
Of course. This is Skylar when he started. 105 pounds. This is Skylar now. This is impressive. You see that's impressive. And this kid is 23 years old. If Skylar jumped in the show that Farhad was doing, Farhad wouldn't be taking anything home. It would be this guy. You'd be saying, oh, he's not natural. Or Greg might take a video and be like, there's no way you can achieve this. Are you trying to tell me that if Farhad looks like this, do you know how big he is? When someone's like, Alex Eubank, you think he's on steroids? I'm like, not then, now for sure. And you can see it because, you know what? I've been around it.
I'm telling you, Johnny, you're fucking nailing this, man. Like, I was so worried about, what am I going to say? I want to react to this video, but I don't want to say all the wrong things. So I thought, shit, I'll just do a reaction video to Jonni Shreve because, damn, you nailed everything I was thinking. I thought it was exaggerated. I thought people just don't understand. I thought everything. I was thinking it was all exaggerated, all this stuff, and it is possible. And I don't think Farhad's as big as we think he is. It's just all lighting, camera angles, exaggerated transformations, shitty before pictures, all that stuff, just to really create this illusion of he's like I run natural bodybuilding shows. You should have seen the guys on stage back in the day, back in the 2010-ish area. I had guys like Dickens Lambert. We had Eric, why am I going blank on it? Dickens Lambert, Eric Alstrup, sorry, god damn, those two guys, Winston Johnson. There were some amazing guys back in the day. So Winston Johnson, Dickens Lambert, Eric Alstrup, and back then they all were tested with urine testing at my shows, and we sent it to the lab, all that stuff. They passed, they were natural. They would blow Farhad away. He couldn't compete on a stage with those three. I'm telling you right now, he wouldn't even have a chance. Let's get into it.
So when Greg says, I think he was on steroids before, I think he's been juicing this entire time. It's coming from...
To get started in data analytics,
Damn commercials. Sorry, guys.
Or a degree. The Google Data Analytics Certificate will teach you to code in R, to...
Somebody
I gotta get this done in like
who's
10
never
minutes
been
or less.
around
How much longer is it?
genetically gifted athletes when he was growing up. Do you guys not get that into your heads? Again, nothing against Greg. Greg is taking what he knows and putting it out there. For again, when it comes to Farhad Hussein, I believe Hussein is lying about his actual weight.
Yes.
I believe he's deceitful 100%. Because again, when he posts a video and it's like, well,
Exactly what I was saying, guys. I think Farhad's lying about his weight and lying about his transformation. So he is lying. But is he lying about being natural? I don't think so either. But he is lying about his transformation, how much he weighs, how much he weighed before. All the things that make the transformation that impressive is what he's lying about, guys. Let's go.
I said that in like 2 other videos that, you know, they didn't test me. Nah, motherfucker. You didn't come out and just say that, dog. Nice try. You're deceitful in that way. So your deceit, you docked it in your photos, you lied about your actual weight, only brings negative attention to people who already think you're not natural.
True.
Based on Greg Doucette, who's never been around actual athletes in the beginning stages of his life. And guess what I'm not going to do? I'm going to put my reputation on the line for some kid who just wants some fame for nothing. Sorry, Hussein. My bad. Just tell it about his. You have done nothing to achieve what you have, but been put on blast by Greg. And to be honest, Greg is now getting a backlash to this because he made you his business partner. That looks bad. So no matter what Greg says about what he believes, no matter what.
Yeah, so Greg, that's true, Johnny. So Greg is in a bad place because of that. But yeah, so but I do agree with Johnny. This guy is being deceitful, and without Greg Doucette, without him promoting you as on the Natty or Nots and getting you a part of his Submit Cup and all that, you would not be as famous as you are. Especially because YouTube is the real deal, and Johnny's going to talk about that. Yeah, I don't care how much followers you got on Instagram and all that stuff. It's YouTube. And Greg Doucette is famous on YouTube. Like him or not, the guy he's the big guy in the fitness industry, in the bodybuilding world, the physique industry for YouTube. Greg Doucette. So without Greg Doucette, Farhad, you would not be anywhere near as famous or well known as you are right now. Those are facts.
But of course he's going to say he's natural. He's his business partner, and everyone has the right to think that and believe that. So the same thing to Greg. The narrative that has been created, you have started, and you gave people fuel by doing Natty or Nots, and then making the gold standard of what is Natty or Not, and who can say it yourself, saying you're 99% right all the time, saying all the ways that you can fail, that you can trick a drug test, saying that you need all these things, and You put all of the things out in people's minds. What has happened, and the reason why I don't like natty or nots, is because it has.
I don't know, Johnny. I think you should be a politician, man. You are walking the fine line here. You're equally like sort of like praising Greg Doucette, but also telling what you really believe, and kind of throwing Farhat under the bus a little bit, with also keeping Greg Doucette on a pedestal. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You're doing a great job of balancing all this, and you're telling it like it is. You don't even have to even lie. You're telling the honest truth. And it's working out great. Your video is great. I love the video so much so far. Well, it's almost over, but I love the points you're making, and I love how you're not fucking shying away from telling the truth. But you found a great way to balance it out. Let's get back into it.
Heighten the bar so high that it gives people like Hussein Farhat these almost god-tier genetics when he doesn't have god-tier genetics. And you guys are like, oh, now you're just hating. No, I'm not, man. You see my client. He's not a one-off. I've coached a bunch of kids, 20-something-year-olds that are natural. Not everybody wants to do steroids. Natty or Nots has made you guys believe that things are not achievable when they are. That's all it has done. I told Greg this.
Just wait, guys. Sorry. These damn commercials. Oh my God, another one. Hang in there, guys. This commercial's gonna be done in a second. I'll skip it.
Only $19 per month.
Okay, here we go.
When you call out people and they have a...
What I do love here, guys, I love how Jonni Shreve is saying you can achieve great things naturally. I love how he's doing that, because so many people out there think, because of these natty or nots, that everyone that looks good is fucking on drugs. If you're too shredded, you're on drugs. If you're too big, you're on drugs. If you look too good, you're on drugs. You can achieve, I've been saying it all the time. I run natural shows. I see what's possible. You can achieve great physiques naturally. That's why I'm doing these natty to not. Look at Kai Green back in the day. The guy was phenomenal. That is 1 in a million genetics. That guy would blow Farhat away back in the day. Blow him away. Don't even put him on the same stage. Even Sean Clarita, look at him back in the day. He was tiny, but he would blow Hussein Farhat away. Okay? You can achieve great physiques naturally. It's the deceit, like Johnny is saying, of Farhat that is making it seem like his transformation is unreal. It's not possible, because what he's saying is not possible. The transformation in a certain amount of time frame is not possible. The body weight to body weight is not possible. The lean amount of muscle mass is not possible. But those pictures of Farhat are possible. Let's get back into the video.
Millions of subscribers, those millions of followers that like the guy that you called out, there's going to be a chunk of them that do not like you. And when you do that, a lot of the times there's going to be a lot of people who do not like you. So when they find a chink in the armor or a mistake that you made, they're going to flood the gates and they're going to say everything in the world because they're waiting for you to slip up. People want this to be your downfall. They want it to be. And Greg said
it's not.
He made his own bed. You got a kid that started training because he wanted to get the girls. So he's doing everything he can to be
Don't we all?
to somebody. And when anybody starts their fitness career to just impress people, they're going to do things that are not honest. I don't believe that it's taking steroids. I think it's lying about his starting weight.
Yes.
I think it's doctorating all of his photos.
Yes.
I think it's telling everybody that I'm natural. Oh, no one, who cares? And again, the only reason why we're talking about this is because Greg did a natty or not on his kid. If Greg never did a natty or not on Hussein, we wouldn't know or care, wouldn't. And that is a fact. Greg's the standard when it comes to natty or nots. The only problem is that the base of his natty or nots is coming from a person who grew up in a town of 700 to 800 people. To wrap this up, Hussein does not have 1 in a million genetics. Hussein's physique has been exacerbated by Greg saying that it is, by him doctorating everything and lying about his weight, and everybody making a big stink about what is actually achievable. Because if anything, it's ripping you guys off. Because if you think that his physique's not achievable, you guys all just better stop working out. And I am dead serious. Because I got a kid right here who's way better than him, who I'm coaching, who's 1,000 times more humble, who keeps his shit quiet, does his work, finishing his university, doing all the things he's doing, and not doing any of this shit for fame or for glory or for subscribers or viewers. Because if he was, you would have already heard about it. That's all I got, man. I'm not gonna punch my coaching in there. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, guys, you don't have to agree with me. But again, if you don't watch the whole video, I don't want you commenting. And if I see you comment, I'm gonna blast the hell out of you. I'm gonna troll the shit out of you. That's serious.
All right, good job, John. Johnny.
Because this video is the most realest video you've seen about natty or not shit. Till next time, guys, you know how it is. Iron Sharper.
I'm going to tell you guys, that was great. Thank you, Jonni Shreve, for sharing that with us. And I just had to jump on it. I wasn't going to make, like I said that earlier, I wasn't even going to make a video on this. But when I saw Jonni Shreve, I'm like, shit, that's exactly what I thought. I thought this guy was exaggerating his weight. I thought he was doctoring the pictures. I thought he was exaggerating the time frame. It's just all misleading stuff. Because just like Jonni Shreve said, he came on the internet and started working out and all this stuff for attention. So people that want attention know how to get attention. By exaggerating his transformation, by claiming I'm natural at all times, by doctoring the pictures, by all this kind of stuff. Yeah, he's got a great physique. I'll give him that. For sure, he's got a great physique. But by doing all that, you get a lot of attention. Look all the attention he's getting. Jonni Shreve did a video. Greg Doucette did a natty or not. Greg Doucette took him on, part of it as a business partner in HTLT supplements. This guy's getting the attention he wanted. So there's no downfall happening here. This guy's getting the attention he wanted. He's just lying a little bit about it. He's exaggerating all the shit. Everything he's done is possible naturally. All right, thank you for checking out the video, guys. I'm Shaun Campbell, Shaun Campbell 2.0, and I'll see you at the next video. All right, guys, thanks for checking out the video, guys. It was a good one. I liked it, and I'm out of here.